Oh, hello guys, this is Dusty Circuit here with another kind of project like tour video of Otcraft. This is another project I'm really proud of, and is also sort of the driving force behind a lot of my other projects on Otcraft. Well, it is a Vindicator farm. Oh, it's using one of the mobs added in 1.11 or like basically like with the mansions, and basically when you kill them they drop emeralds, and they basically, it's like emeralds are kind of the currency on the server, so it really comes in handy to have. Although, and the server also has these shops that are like villagers with infinite trades. I'll show you that in a little bit. And this is basically kind of not unlike any XP farm like anyone would build or you'd find anywhere really, although it's just designed to handle more volume, like because it has these 3 spawners which were originally cave spider spawners that I've converted to Vindicators with spawn eggs, and they fall into this canal, into this stream here, and they go into that motivator, and they go up to like up here, and they go through another stream which carries them over to the top of this, where they just drop down and they take not quite enough fall damage to die, but almost enough, and when they're basically at like maybe like 1 heart, or a heart and a half, if that, and you can just kill them all in 1 hit, which is nice. And then I have this item sorter for the emeralds, which gets funneled into those chests, and also like an item disposal for just the stuff not worth keeping. It's really just one of these like clocks where you put an item in there and it would just fire until it runs out. Originally I had a sorter for separating the axes from the heads, but the way the heads work with item stacking, it's just really weird, and it would always, like, heads would not get filtered through the sorter, and they'd end up in the smelter for the axes, and they would just jam up in here like that, and that would prevent the axes from entering, and that would just jam the whole system, because then that would cause a backup of items in the hoppers. And well, if you're wondering the result of this farm, well, yeah, that was probably the project. I would say this would be probably the product of around 4 to 6 hours of AFKing. Yeah. I'm not sure. Well, just so you know how many emeralds that is, that would be, well, one single chest can hold around 3,000 items, and yeah, I guess each stack is 64, and that would be times 27, and then times that by 9 for however many emeralds can make a block, and yeah, I do the math on that. Though I could put the number in the video. And another feature of this is this setup here, which looks a bit complicated, but its purpose is actually quite simple. It's just a I guess I'd call it a bit of a dual-purpose thing. It's sort of a fail-safe for, like, basically if I AFK for a certain amount of time, this would set off like an alarm that for just so like if you've been going for a certain amount of time, hey, you've been AFKing for 14 minutes, kill the Vindicators or get AFK kicked, or the lag will get too bad. I guess this is sort of to allow me to AFK despite that mechanism that's in place, but I guess it's more of it's more of a fail-safe. But I guess a more effective fail-safe would be if I could just add a comparator, or I could just add one of those iron pressure plates here, and then that would output a signal when a certain number of mobs stand on it, and that would turn on lights in the spawning room to disable the spawners. But I guess I just thought this would have been better at the time. But how this works is you stand on the pressure plate, it powers this redstone, and then that retracts this, and that allows items to travel around this, and then when they it's like how this works is it's like separated into different stages, and like when the items enter this hopper, that would power this repeater, and that would lock it until the items drain out of this hopper, and then that would unlock, and then they drain into here, and then that process will repeat until they reach this side, which would, I think it's actually this side that would unpower this, and this torch would power that, and then that would set this off, which is basically, then that would send the signal to this clock here, which then would run the note blocks. So I could demonstrate it for you. Yeah, that's pretty loud. But anyway, how I would use that is just turn off all these sounds and just leave this one turned on. Then when I'd be AFK, like watching YouTube or whatever, and then I'd hear that sound, and then be like, oh, gotta kill the, and that would let me know when to kill the Vindicators. And I also, kind of downstairs here, I have this, like this iron farm that runs while I use the Vindicator farm as a way of, just sort of a way to get some iron from it, which is useful for hoppers and minecarts and such. It's basically just two of these spawning cells by Doc M77, which are actually, I think, one of the oldest, like, farms that have been designed by the community that are still in use to this day. I think that video was, I think Minecraft was on 1.3, I think, when that video came out, which is, like, gosh, that was like probably 6-7 years ago now, and this farm still works to this day. And it's just a tried and true design that many people have used, and it's just nice when designs are like that. And they just work. And of course, that's not always the case, but it's nice when it is. And basically, the iron golems would drop down here, then they flow down here, and then since they're tall enough, they'd hit this lava, and then they would just burn, and eventually they would die, and then there'd be there's hoppers under here that would pick up the drops. Then they'd end up in here. Well, this was a really neat project, but this ended up being another one of those like projects the admins would kind of got salty about or whatever. But that's, I think Mining Mom like got real kind of mad that I'm using a redstone like timer to well, I guess kind of negate the AFK timer, but it's more of, it's just, again, it was just more of this failsafe that I had in place, but it's like, I don't consider it at all really AFKing, because like it's not automatic at all. It's really more of a timer. And the thing is, even like if I were to just stand myself on this pressure plate and just walk away from my computer, I still would be AFK kicked. But it's for when I'm around, when I'm here, like say if I'm on the computer doing other things, that alarm would go off and then be like, hey, just kill the Vindicators. But this is not an AFK machine. It's yes, it sort of is a semi-auto one in a way, but it's really just a timer. That's what it is. Anyway, rants aside, well, this has been another showcase video in this little series of videos I'm gonna be shooting, and hope you enjoyed. Feel free to of course post your comments, like if there's anything you liked about this, and I really accept feedback on these videos and any videos I do, really, and look forward to more content in the future. And this is Dusty Circuit signing off.